Worms. We're playing Golgari Wurms. What's up, everybody? I am Super Beast GN. Welcome back to the channel. We're playing Golgari Wurms. I got the idea from someone in my chat. Since they mentioned a bunch of worms, and I'm like, there's a lot of worms in standard. So I decided I want to do a tribal deck, a worm tribal deck. Now, we do have the Cavern of Souls. We do have the Roaming Throne. But frog in my throat. I've been drinking tea. It's like throat coat. And it is like just coat in the throat, dude. Anyways. We have the Roaming Throne. We do not have like the Banner of Courage or any other like the banners and stuff. Because I felt like we don't need that kind of thing because we have the Ouroboroid and the Roaming Throne. So the Ouroboroid, we've been playing a lot lately. But if you're going to do a worm deck, this has got to be it. This has got to be in there. But also, this originally was a mono green worm deck, and it just wasn't working out. And we needed like some more interaction. So I made it a Golgari deck because we needed Bitter Triumph, we needed Deadly Cover-Ups, and it gave me a chance to put my favorite in here, Massacre Wurm. So now we have the memes. We have the Massacre Wurm, we have the Pelakka Wurm, but Massacre Wurm no longer a meme because when Massacre Wurm comes into play while Roaming Throne is on the field, it now activates twice. So now all those creatures that just get out of the way of its effect are now going to have to work a little harder to do just that. So the trigger will happen twice, and then I do believe the final trigger happens twice with the Roaming Throne. Triggered ability, yes. And that is a triggered ability, so they will, every creature on my opponent's side of the field will get -2, -2. Then another -2, -2. Anything that dies, the opponent will lose 2 life, and then they will lose another 2 life, so that's really good. The Pelakka Wurm comes in, we will gain 14 life while the Roaming Throne is on the field. When it dies, we will draw 2 cards while the Roaming Throne is on the field. The Ouroboroid will get its combat trigger twice with the Roaming Throne. The Germinating Wurm, while not essential to this deck, I've included it just because it's new and it is a chance to like gain some life. And so this is fine. It is a 5/5 for 5, which is not the worst stats in the world. It's not the best stats, but you do gain 2 life. You can gain 4 with the Roaming Throne on the field. If you do need like more lands, you can always choose like Clifftop or the Clifftop Lookout, Frog Scout or whatever. Get 2 lands from it. That's pretty cool. But most of the time, we're going to be naming Worm with everything. Cavern of Souls, Roaming Throne. Getting that Ouroboroid out. And then hopefully destroying our opponent with a Quilled Greatwurm or a Massacre Wurm or a Pelakka Wurm. The Quilled Greatwurm, let me talk on this for a minute. I did not realize what this card did. I was under the assumption, because I have ADHD and I only skim through text. It says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage during your turn, put that many 1/1 counters on it. I read this as whenever this deals combat damage, put that many counters on this card. It's any card. So it does do something when it comes in that turn. If you have the Ouroboroid and you just play the Quilled Greatwurm, you just attack in, and it doesn't have to be dealing combat damage to a player. It's just combat damage, period. So it can attack a creature, it can kill a creature, it deals combat damage to a creature, it puts that many counters on it. So we're going to be making things huge, getting them out of the range of burn spells and stuff like that, making our opponent have to have it. And of course, this is Arena, so they definitely will. But to get there, we have Llanowar Elves, we have the Glimpse of the Core, Clifftop Lookout, summon Fenrir. Glimpse of the Core is here in case we put a Llanowar Elves out, preparing to play a Clifftop or a summon Fenrir, and somebody kills it. Then we just Glimpse the Core, we get our land anyways, so there's that. The lands, we spoke of Cavern of Souls, just in case we run into those blue decks that want to counter our things. Please beware if you build this deck, or if you build a deck like it. The Roaming Throne can be countered before you name Worm. And so it's not immune to counter spells while this is on the field. So there is a hang on there. I've played a couple matches where there was a hang, so they can't. I think the opponent has a chance to counter the Roaming Throne before you name Worm. So just beware of that. We have a couple Ugins in here because we indeed are ramping. So why not have one of the best ramp into spells in the format? Ugin, Eye of Storms. I mean, even if they counter it, we still get a removal off of it, which is nice. And of course, when we do have a chance to play the Ugin, the opponent will probably be playing colorless spells. So, there's that. But We do have a couple Virtue of Persistence in here to get our creatures. We are very creature heavy. So we can Virtue of Persistence, get some creatures back, get the Massacre Wurm back, get the Pelakka Wurm back. We can we do gain a few life in this deck, so there is that. So so we can Bitter Triumph for the 3 life, which is nice. We get that little leeway, depending on the deck we're playing against. We have a couple Temple of Maladies here, Maladies. And we just get to scry with it, that's fine. Fabled Passage, because I think we do have Blooming Marshes. But I think since we do have a lot of like 7, 6, all that, we have a lot in this row here that cost a lot, and then the 5 too. There are times where we're just going to need to play a land in Deadly Cover-Up, and Fabled Passage is good for that. Temple of Malady is not. Blooming Marsh is not. You draw these late, and it's just not. It just doesn't feel good. So the Fabled Passages are here over anything else that taps comes in tapped. But I think the Fabled Passage works because we do have enough basic lands. And I think that's all I wish to talk about. Cease and Desist is in here because it's just a really good removal spell for artifacts and enchantments. And it gets to take stuff out of the graveyard, gains life, draws a card, all that good stuff. So it's gonna be it's nice when you run into that one deck that plays like a ton of enchantments, or the Simulacrum Synthesizer deck, and you just pop this off on turn 6 and it just devastates them. You can watch the point of impact where the opponent's soul leaves their body. I just can't not include it. So it's just a good card. I really like it. One of the best cards, I think. Just for what we're doing. Yes, the Desist does kill the Roaming Throne. It does kill the Fenrir. It does kill our Virtues. But there's only one, and it's a contingency plan. So what are you gonna do? Best of 1, no sideboards, so gotta be ready. Other than that, I think that's all. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about. So let's get into the games and see how Golgari Wurms does on the ladder. Opponent goes first. Sure. I mean, well, we got the thing. What if we drew another thing? That'd be cool. Proof. So, not attacking. I think we can do this next turn. No, turn after. You know what? We do have the Ugin, right? So we can actually cease and desist, right? No attacks. So we draw an untapped land here. We play the Ugin, get rid of the Kiora. Alright. Taking 5. They can counter this. We've seen the 3 steps ahead. Getting black. Caretaker's Talent. They're gonna draw. Say we take this. We'll draw. Pretty good stuff. Alright. We can block the Kiora and the fairies. Okay. So now the Ugin is on a 7. Do they have something for it? Keep that. Get rid of that. Oh. Okay. Well, we can do this then. Aw, poor baby. He just had all the answers but couldn't do it. Oh, we'll keep this. Yeah, I like this. This is fine. We get to glimpse the core. Glimpsing the core is better than not glimpsing the core, I could say that. For sure. We're gonna go Worm. Travail. Whenever a non-artifact token, non-token artifact. Okay. Okay. Attack. So they're gonna be just trying to make these munitions, I guess. What's this guy do? He just dances? Oh, that's so cool. My guy spits. Put a stun counter. I mean, yeah, you can. But you gotta pay all your mana to do it. Okay. So we're gonna get a land. We're gonna scry. Then we're gonna get a couple life. They're down to 6. We got the Greatwurm. That's not bad. If they want to tap down my roaming throne, they can. They're going to draw, right? That's the Cryogen Relic? Yeah. So let's go ahead and get that. Keep that. Play the Quilled Greatwurm. Now we have a 3/4. And we got it. Nice. Opponent goes first, but we got the stuff. We got the goods. So I think we're going to keep this. Because we do get to play... If we find another land, we get to play an Ouroboroid on turn 3. On our turn 3, I should say. Spyglass Siren. Alright. A little concerning. Alright, Tapland's great. Another Spyglass Siren's kind of awful. Alright, we got the land. That's cool. And they probably have counter spells, like the only thing they can do. So, like, Cavern of Souls coming in with that hot beat. They want to get through. They don't want to get blocked by the cliff top. So I think the thing is to Bristly Bill. All right. Wounded, they will attack with just one. Okay. That's still bad. Worms. But I think we kill this. And we do this, right? Yeah. So we're at 19. They lost their Bristly Bill, which means they don't have another one because they would have played the Bristly Bill first and then the starting town. Paw Patch recruit. Awesome. Okay. We don't want to do that, right? Not yet. Not yet. They get 2, that's the problem. If they only had the 1, I wouldn't be too scared of it, but they have 2 of these, so that means if I target this one, then they give like 3 to this one. It's just not, yeah, it's not great. But luckily, okay, they have the Sentinel. They have 2 chances. Oh, hello. Okay. We got it. Opponent goes first. We have a Llanowar Elves that if we don't get another land, we're probably in bad shape. But a Massacre Wurm. Oh no, that's not good. Well, we can pitch the Quilled Greatwurm with the Bitter Triumph. Magd. So that's committing a crime, right? If they attack. Alright. Well, waiting for you, dude. Or dudette. Waiting for you. I don't like how this started, because we only have 2 lands. I hope we draw another land. Just removal alone is not going to work. If we draw, like, a Clifftop Lookout, I'd feel okay. Clifftop Lookout, or maybe better yet, a Fenrir. That might be better, but I don't know. But as of right now, it's looking good for the Massacre Wurm if we can get it out ever. And the Roaming Throne with the Massacre Wurm is also really good. -4 to everything. So if, like, the opponent Hired Claws powers it up a little, we still have a chance to kill it. And they're not going to do it this turn because they have no mana. Wonder what the opponent's waiting for. Alright, opponent did not attack, and we got the Fenrir. Nice. Going black. So the opponent might have disconnected and is trying frantically to reboot the computer. I hope you have like a freaking like i9 or something. Get back in fast. You gotta have an i9 or a Ryzen 9 or a Threadripper or turn off all your startup apps. Get back into the game immediately. And it never works, right? It's always like you're always back and it's like, oh, I missed a whole turn. Of course. It's like waking up from like a coma. It's like, what happened here? Why does my opponent have 30 things on the field? Yeah, opponents. You know what? Can't be mad at it. I mean, it just happens sometimes. I have a feeling like they were in like not a bad position, so like there's no reason to salt rope. So I have a feeling this is just a disconnect. If I'm being honest. But happens to all of us. I guess we just, okay, never mind, we win. All right, cool. You go first. I think we're gonna, yeah, we have no way to like guarantee we can get the Clifftop Lookout. Since we have 3 mana here, I'm gonna move the Germinating Wurm back to the deck, and then keep all this. We get to draw cards, we get to remove, we get to ramp. So, I think it's pretty good. I think we're going to fetch a swamp with the Fabled Passage because we do need 2 black. We also need 2 green. Yeah, I mean, we need 2 green before we need 2 black, so maybe we go green. All right. Let's go. Play the Fabled Passage first because I don't know if I'm guaranteed to have the 3rd land. Okay, let's go black. Yeah, I'm gonna go green. Right. I'm going green. Going green because we could draw an Ouroboroid. Case, and then to another... Oh, 2 cases. Alright. Swamp. Oh yeah, that works. Sure. We can actually get rid of all these. If we need to. Okay. No attacks. Do you think they got something that pays off? Nope, they don't. Ooh. Desist. Booyakasha! Now that's not going to really help us against a an Essence Channeler. They could have drawn. Yeah, we do this first. There's no reason to put this in harm's way. We have nothing in the graveyard. They'd have nothing in the graveyard. And we got to start putting pressure on our opponent anyways. We need 1 more black mana. Here comes Cat Collector. Alright. I think they're going to give up when we Massacre Wurm. I think they are. I have this feeling. And boom, boom, boom. Attack your doom. And we win. Massacre Wurm for the win. This is good, actually. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this. Opponent playing black. Into duress. Get rid of those deadly cover-ups. Of course those are only 2. Why wouldn't they be? I think this turn they kill the Lookout. Knowing my hand. Knowing most of my hand. Yeah. Sure. They're going to play a bat now. They don't know about the 2nd Lookout. Duress. Alright. They knew about the 2nd cover-up, though. Little passage action. Nice. They're gonna waste it? Knowing we have a Ouroboroid? Oh. Okay. And we draw a card. Pretty good. Black Worm. Gain some life. They're running out of cards. That is for certain. Okay. This isn't our only trick, though. I have another The End. Of course they do. No, they do have the Strategic Betrayal, though. Let's get our other land out. Checked. All right. They're going to transform it. Your opponent discards a card, and you draw a card. Okay. Ouroboroid coming in. They probably have removal for it, I would assume. Thoughtstalker Warlock. I don't have anything in my hand, so that's cool. Of course. And what else can we do? Aclazotz. Oh no. Well, I think that seals the game for us, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does, because all we can do is just keep getting lands. Well, I mean, there is a chance next turn that we draw an Ugin. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, hello. Okay. Unstoppable Slasher has to be dealt with. I don't think we can do this now. Yeah. Nope. Couldn't draw it, man. Just couldn't draw it. Opponent goes first. If I could guarantee we'd draw a land. You know what? We won a bunch. We can lose another one. Oh. Well, that's fine. Sag. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Long goodbye. Ooh. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and just kill that. I think we go for a black here. Oh, we can go for a... doesn't matter. Alright, they're going to get rid of my Ugin. Ugin's so much better than Deadly Cover-Up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Fabled Passage. What are you getting out of the graveyard? What are you looking for, my friend? What's going on? Unstoppable Slasher. Alright. Guess black. Fabled Passage once again. Alright. Like, I have to block this if they have an Aclazotz, a Bloodletter. No doikey. We can, if we can get another land, we can deadly cover up. Does that mean I don't want to play the roaming throne? I still want to play the roaming throne though, but I have no. It doesn't do anything. It just put. Well, I need blockers. They can kill this turn, hit me, which would be devastating, but not deadly. Or they can attack. I'm forced to block if they have the Bloodletter. They know we have the deadly cover up. So they're wondering, should I play the Aclazats? They block. If they draw a land, then I just lose all my stuff forever. We do have a Bitter Triumph. But there's a chance we don't draw that land. There is a chance we do not draw the land. Are they just going to time out, though? Yes. So we'll go green on this one. So they do have removal. We do know they have removal because it's hanging here. So I think we don't play the Roaming Throne and we just play the we just have the Bitter Triumph in our hand. I think they got pissed because they couldn't draw anything. I think that's probably it. They got mailed. Oh no. So mailed. Come on. Oh, the ropers in this game are so annoying. I think, like, people who rope in this game should be punished by, like, mandatory vasectomy. If you're female, then, I don't know, like, I get something pulled out of there. I don't know. I'm not going to play anything. We have the Bitter Triumph. So in case they come back, we can still kill the Unstoppable Slasher. We have the ability. Unstoppable Slasher. Dante Channel 6. You're watching Whose Line Is It Anyway on Dante Channel 6. Dude, I would so watch Dante Channel 6 if it was Whose Line 24/7, probably not. But if it was like 10 hours out of the day where I could just be like, it's on. I have it on in the background. You know, we used to do that with The Office on Peacock. Just put it on in the background. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching it. We've watched it enough times to where it's like, it's fine for background noise. Never watched it on Dante Channel 6, though. All right, I guess we win that one. Good game. Opponent goes first. Okay. I'm keeping it because of the Llanowar Elves. We get a chance to do a lot of cool stuff early. And if not, they waste their removal on it. That's pretty cool. While we build up our lands. All right, I'm in. We're keeping. Just a keep from me. It's a keep from me, dog. Ouroboroid can come in and power up the elves later. Oh, that's so good. Wish we could do that turn 3, but we can't. Can't. Oh, nice. Maybe we can. Let's see. Watery Grave. Black, blue. They can kill it. Yeah, I figured you had that. Figured you had removal. Counterspell, I think, actually. No? Not gonna counter. Awesome. Black. Let's go Worm. And if they have a flash thing, I don't want to run my Llanowar Elves into it. You know what? Let's go. Let's attack. They obviously have a counter. Okay, so we don't play anything because they're gonna deadly cover up here. No? Okay. Okay, so I know what's about to happen. They're gonna counter this. Do they have a counter? And then they're gonna singularity. Yeah, I think this is a mill. Definitely a mill. Here's a singularity rupture. Yep. Literally nothing you can do about that. Okay. Well, here comes the River Churn Monument. Just show me the River Churn Monument and you know, you win. Oh. Okay. No River Churn Monument here. Alright, River Churn Monument. Okay, so now here's what's funny about that. The River Churn Monument won't do anything now. Which is kind of a bad combo, if you ask me. I still don't think we can win this, though. If I'm being honest. I think it's just a control deck that they're just going to mill us out eventually. It doesn't matter. We have 19 cards left. 15 life. That doesn't matter. As long as they have one, they're still alive. Yeah. They have a counter spell, right? You know what? Still dies. That's fine. Attack. They have creatures. Okay, yeah, we played this deck before. How many got exiled? Only the... yeah, both Ugins. Alright, so we cannot win this now. It's like it's actually impossible to win. Because they just have all the answers. I don't even think I have any more lands left. Let's see. Maybe I have one. Oh, of course. I have at least two, because that's what stayed in my deck. Alright. I guess I gotta play a Massacre Wurm now. Alrighty, here comes another Singularity Rupture. Oh, man. Yawn. Yawn. Yeah, it's just kind of boring. That's all. Opponent goes first. Alright. What kind of shenanigans will the opponent have on turn 6? The standards become that thing where it's like, you just win on turn 5 or 6. It's like, oh yeah, you set up all your things and I just played one card and won, you know? It's just kind of irritating because it's like, I don't blame the players. Like, the players are fine. Like, if you have access to it, why the hell not? But the thing is that, like, Wizards allows it. I remember there used to be, like... they used to have, like, a ban if anything, like, was, like, a one-turn kill. They'd be like, oh my god, I gotta ban it right now! Now it's like, hey, There's this two card combo that just kills people in one hit. Amazing. Mm-hmm. Need one more black. And Sega. Sega! That's fine. So then we can do this. Attack for one, I guess. I'm not gonna block with these two. And I don't want to, I want to be able to block like a flyer if they have like... Okay, there's one. Yeah. Alright, cool. Opponent goes first. Pelakka Wurm. The meme. Fine. Fine. The meme is happening. Can we get a Pelakka Wurm on the field? Can we do it? Green. Llanowar Elves. Awesome. Green. Llanowar Elves. I match you your Llanowar Elves. I raise you a Llanowar Elves. Let's go. Oh. Bristly Bill. Okay. The worst part is I can't deadly cover up because the Cavern of Souls does not work for it. Unless I draw a land here. No, we're dead. All right, we're dead. I know when I'm beat. Opponent goes first. Sure. I'll keep it. Zach Fair. All right. This still taps for colorless, yeah. Alright. Okay. So then we worm game I was gonna say Game of Thrones. Alright. I'll take it. Worm. And then next turn, we could have the Massacre Wurm. Could. Drawing a card. Now what? This has got to be a board wipe, right? Okay. Okay. I like this, because then we get to do this. Worm. And it happens twice. Oh, God. Deadly cover-up. Get rid of all your Massacre roaming thrones. Oh, Zoraline. Okay. Okay. I still want to do this. Attack for 7. Boom, you're down to 4. You do have lifelink, which is concerning a bit. All right. Sheltered by Ghosts on the Ouroboroid. Absolutely. Cecil. Zach. All right. So. They draw a card. But we have something called an Ugin. So we are going to play that. We're going to do this one. Submit. Sure. But, guess what? Boom! And I believe that's a lot of damage there. Oh my god, the Massacre Wurm. And Ugin. Yeah, you go first. You know what? I'm just dumb enough to keep this. Because we can play the Ouroboroid, and we can cover up the entire field. If we need to. We have 2 in the deck, I think. Yeah, we have 2 in the deck. Look how the gingerbread man's hiding. Not my gumdrop buttons! Alright. Opponent. Baby back ribs. Might Valley Caller. Barbecue sauce. Get rid of that. Let's see what we get next. I like that. And I guess we're just going to win. Opponent goes first. I'm going to mulligan. This is pretty bad. This is pretty suspect. So we're going to mulligan that. And I guess... get rid of that, because we can't play it anytime soon. Okay. A little concerning. Probably should have played the Llanowar Elves, but that's too much. Hilda. Okay. I think we play the Clifftop next. Angel of Vitality. Yeah, I don't think we can do this. Let's get a land and then a... What can I do? I do get a land. I gotta do this. Do they have a counter for this? Hope not. Oh, so it's nice to know that if I draw the deadly cover up that we're just gonna lose. That we're just not gonna be able to play it. Life Creed Duo. Yeah, I gotta do it. I don't think there's anything I can do now. Worm. Okay, yeah, they can counter it before I call Worm. Yeah, I don't think I'm. Yeah, I just don't think I can. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we can. Yeah, we're not. We're not winning that. Glimpse in the core. All right, we'll get a green. A greeny boy. I'm gonna do this. Next turn, I can get another. I can get a this. I can get a green and a black. Green. And we'll get a black mana. Okay, so did they really not have anything? Mossborn Hydra. Okay, this is scary. Come on. We can get to 7. Can we get to 7 before they kill us? Can we get to 7 before they kill us? I don't think so. I do not think we can. However, we are at 22. Not that it matters. They played a bunch of lands already, right? Before they did anything else. Okay, so they get another land here. Can they get more lands? If they get more lands, we're dead. Okay. Get black. I need to do this. I'm just gonna gain some life here. No! No! Don't disable my... Oh, God. Well, that's very scary. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Maybe I should have deadly covered up, but... Yeah, I definitely should have deadly covered up. Okay. Snakeskin Veil. Okay. 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 Listen. Just don't have a Fabled Passage or any kind of fetch land. Okay. Attacking. Alrighty. I think this, it's taking a chance. But the thing is, if I deadly cover up, and they have a way to make this indestructible, I just lose everything, and they have this massive thing. It's possible. Ouroboroid. Okay. Okay. All right. We're not entirely dead. Snakeskin Veil. All right. Okay, we got it. Woo, that was scary. That was very scary.